Joining me from the Trinamool Congress, spokesperson Mohammad Tausif Rahman. National spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sanju Verma, also joins us on the panel. Also as an activist, a women's activist who's been a supportive of the victims for a very long time, has been part of the agitations. Yogita Bhyana joins me. Also Yashowardhan Azad, the former senior IPS officer, to help us understand the role of the police force as well. Tausif, I want to start here with you. When you listen to these statements, when Kalyan Banerjee, Madan Mitra, an MLA or an MP says women should be cautious, women should not go out at odd hours, is that not shifting blame? Is it not saying, ab boys to aise hi hai, you better be careful?
Not at all, Pooja ji, bilkul bhi nahi. I mean, we don't endorse such statements coming from Kalyan Banerjee, Madan Mitra, or whosoever, because we are concerned about the statement coming from Abhishek Bandyopadhyay and Mamata Banerjee, who's the CM of West Bengal. But Pooja, I really want to bring like a very short highlight. Around 4:35 p.m. today, outside the college, there was a girl. She was protesting with her group. Something happened in that college, so that's why she's protesting. But some BJP guys who were standing outside, they really molested her, and that's on the television as well. So I really request the BJP group that, if you want to protest because she's protesting as well, so at least do not open her t-shirt. Someone just molested her, someone just took out a t-shirt. So I mean, everyone has a right to protest, but do not create such chaos in the city, because if you are
we'll try and get that. We'll try and get that visual of what you're telling us. Was it heckling, molestation? What was it? It's concerning as much.
That was not heckling.
Okay, I'll get that, because irrespective, Tausif, but I will not let you divert here. Two senior leaders.
No, I'm not diverting.
My point is, why was Kalyan Banerjee and Madan Mitra not asked to apologize? What will a show cause notice do? It's a girl student being told it was possibly your fault. You should have been careful. She was beaten and blackmailed and allegedly raped, dealing with torture. Now the netas are saying this.
What I'm telling you, that we don't endorse such statement. The party will take action. Of course, they will do something with Madan Mitra and Kalyan Banerjee. But Pooja ji, let's come back to this heinous crime. Let's come back. And when you talk about Monoji, everyone is talking about that Monoji is standing with some pictures, with Chandrima ji, with Abhishek Bandyopadhyay. But you actually, BJP is diverting this whole serious rape case.
How?
When you talk about pictures, I have a pictures as well. Narendra Modi standing with the rapist. I have several pictures, if you allow me to show. So, I mean, it's a very cheap politics. Let's not go there. Who's doing what, who did what, that's not important. But what Monojit did and the kind of capacity he was having, I'm telling you, from the mouth of Mamata Bandyopadhyay, whoever is associated with Monojit, directly or indirectly, whoever supported him should be questioned and should have been behind the bars with Monojit as well. Abhishek Bandyopadhyay, Mamata Banerjee will not tolerate any such incident happening in the state. Now, ma'am, Pooja ji, I have a serious question.
Okay.
I want to know, you're a girl, I'm a guy, and there's one Sanju ji as well. I want to know the definition of a rape happening in Bengal and the same rape happening in Odisha just 10 days back to back 5 rapes. I don't understand why the NCW doesn't go to Odisha. Why the NCW doesn't go to Sitapur May rape. Rajasthan में May के दौरान, during May 2025, a 19-year-old girl got raped inside ICU by the nursing staff. Who question and who will question?
Okay, well, I'll question. Let's take that question to BJP Sanju Verma. Sanju, is it fair to do a political showdown, land up in Bengal when the TMC says accused arrested, we are not giving them support? Why are you then going after with this political attack against CM? No, she has to answer now. Tausif, I've given you enough time. Sanju, go ahead. Sanju, go ahead. Are you indulging in a political showdown of this sensitive nature? Why are you doing it?
I heard Tausif for a good 3 minutes. He spoke for 3 minutes uninterrupted. And I'm sorry to say, rather than engaging in whataboutery, there was not one coherent point he made. The least he could have done was to say, I stand in solidarity with the law college rape victim. The least that he could have done was to say that I condemn what Manojit Mishra did. The least he could have said was to acknowledge that law and order has become nothing short of a nasty joke in West Bengal. But let me come to the moot point, Pooja. I always say the apple does not fall far from the tree. Now, rather than looking at the statements of Madan Mitra and Kalyan Banerjee, which I will obviously come to, I'll take you back and your audience back to 2012. There was the infamous Park Street Suzette Jordan gang rape case. And I clearly remember, and this is in the public domain, this is not a story that I'm cooking up. Mamata Banerjee, rather than standing in solidarity with Suzette Jordan, said, girls who go out partying, clubbing, they go to discotheques, have multiple boyfriends. You know, ye to hona hi tha. They invite trouble for themselves. Then we had the shameful Hansa Khali gang rape of 2022, where a 14-year-old girl was gang raped and the key perpetrator was a TMC MLA's son. And the attitude of Mamata Banerjee was ditto the same, saying hua to hua. I clearly remember in Bangla she said, beta rape chilo, na love affair chilo, na meta pregnant chilo. Basically saying, who knows whether this was indeed a rape or a love affair gone wrong, or maybe the girl was pregnant.
What's the point
so she
you're
decided
making?
to press rape charges in hindsight. No, Pooja, wait. I heard for 3 minutes, I need my time. Then now let's come to 2024, the Arjikar medical rape and murder case. Do you remember? Initially, the principal of Arjikar, Sandeep Ghosh, was promoted by Mamata Banerjee to the Calcutta National Medical College as the principal. And it was the Supreme Court which intervened, saying this man should not get another government job. He should be sent on permanent leave. That is when Mamata Banerjee yielded. And now let's come to 2025. Who's the key perpetrator? Manojit Mishra. And very quickly, Pooja, without being verbose, 2013, within a year of joining college, Manojit stabbed a fellow student. No FIR, he vanished for 3 years. 2017, he reappeared at South Kolkata Law College, accused of vandalism, FIR filed at the Gariahat police station, no arrest. 2022, he is accused of sexual assault against a friend. Again, no arrest by the police, not even a FIR. He has been repeatedly emboldened. I'm not surprised.
And therefore, what you're saying? What are you saying? Make that final point.
My limited point is this, Pooja. If you look at the history of lawlessness, especially sexual assault cases against women in West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has clearly failed as the chief minister, clearly failed as the home minister, and to have this hua to hua attitude, saying, police cannot be present everywhere. This is state-sponsored brutality.
Let Tausif answer on that. Okay.
This is state-sponsored brutality.
State-sponsored brutality, Tausif, that your chief minister herself, as she's quoting some of the past incidents, now with Kalyan Banerjee, Madan Mitra, the leaders are looking like that is the reason that criminals think. You have the support, you are connected to these leaders, of course we'll get away.
Ma'am, I started my debate saying that anyone who's associated with Manojit, giving him a power hunger or giving him any kind of string and losing it will not be spared. They will be behind the bars. Whether you are MLA, MP or whatsoever, they will not be spared at any case. Let me tell you, Sanjuji,
Has there been a series? Has there been a series of reactions from top leaders that push this ahead?
No. Sanjuji, what do you want right now? I asked you
against him in 2013, 2017, 2022.
This is not going to happen like that. I was quiet when you were talking.
A repeat offender. And then you have the audacity to lecture.
Okay, Sanju, let him speak. I'll come to you. Sanju, I'll give you a chance. Finish your point quickly, Tausif.
Just 30 seconds. When they were asking about what Bengal has done, so let me tell you about the Guru 5-year-old rape murder case, November 2024. The accused Ashok Singh was arrested same night. The minor's body was found. The charges was filed within 14 days, and he got a death sentence. Kultali minor rape murder, December 2024. 19-year-old convinced for the rape murder, 10-year-old girl, just 31 days. Or charge sheet ban gayi, he is behind the bars. Burtalla, 7-month-old Poxo case, November 2024. The accused was arrested by December 4th and charged in 28 days, ending in a death sentence, Pooja. Murshidabad minor rape murder case, October 2024. A district court handed down a death sentence with 61 days. What, Pooja, what I want to convey, whatever happened, do you really think we are happy with this? Where our city, where our state is getting maligned and Mamata Bandyopadhyay is getting all these ups and down statements from everywhere. But Pooja, the answer is, there is Aprajita bill. Why it's not getting passed? The Aprajita bill has been passed by the Bengal Assembly.
Death penalty has been cleared and cleared by the cabinet. Okay, Sanju, before I go to other panelists, you want to answer that? Tausif is saying BJP ruled states, so many rape and murder cases happened, and yet the anger and the focus and the outrage is only on Bengal. What do you say to that?
Pooja, I have been on a zillion debates. And in BJP ruled states, if there is a crime, despite being the national spokesperson of BJP, I have risen above party ideology and condemned it unequivocally. My simple point is this, Pooja. that today there are 1023 POXO courts in India, 406 e-POXO courts, 747 fast-track courts. The Trinamool Congress in the last 48 hours, their panelists have been telling on debates, oh, we've set up 32 POXO courts in Bengal. The hard reality is not even 2 of those POXO courts are functional. And very quickly on Aparajita bill, I will just say this. 48 hours back, the Women and Child Development Minister of TMC, Shashi Panja herself admitted that the Aparajita bill is yet to become a law. And do you know why it's still not a law? Because CV Ananda Bose, the governor, asked Mamata Banerjee to send a technical report on the bill, and driven by hubris, she refused to send a technical report, due to which the bill is still in limbo. And this is the same Mamata Banerjee who's giving bhashan to the BJP. She has failed repeatedly. Her time, she is sacked by the Bengal Janata in the 2026 elections, which are a few months down the line.
Strong points both by the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Trinamool Congress. I want to now go beyond it as well. Please stay on with me. Yashovardhan Azad is a senior IPS officer who I know has dealt with many such sensitive cases. In this case, sir, political support is being seen not only as a reason leading to the audacity to commit the crime, but also that these alleged rapists feel they will not be arrested. They will not have to rot in jail because there are sort of, at least they feel, there is this political backing. What is it that the law enforcement agencies need to do to set a benchmark? Police fear will have to creep in. These men will have to know nothing can save them.
But I don't understand what the debate is all about. It's true. It's given in all the states. You have seen this, that these are people who get, if they get the support of any political party, they get away with these kind of crimes. That support is there. And unfortunately, our political system has not been able to let off even criminals from fighting the elections and becoming even members of parliament. So this is something which is understood. Number two, the point is absolutely right that the police can't be inside campus. And the second thing is that if that lady, the woman, has a right to go to any place, anytime, and such comments are really uncalled for. But what is important here is that if she was going under duress, because this man is supposed to be the gunda of that particular area, he was even a clerk earning 500 rupees per day or whatever, then she should have at least informed somebody that he's been called and I'm going under duress. That's a very, very important thing. It's a kind of a cautionary exercise. Number three is, you see, there's no point doing a political grandstanding over these debates. I mean, what is the point of, big politicians and National Commission of Women coming? This is a case.
Why?
The opposition should be more interested is that the case is persecuted. There is no disruption in the investigation. All the forensic evidence is gathered properly, that the investigation is not spoiled under political pressure, that it goes to the court, and that the prosecution is done in the same manner in which the other cases
in this case, the girl had a friend with her. They were there for a while in the union room. Then this friend appears to have left because this girl was told that we can discuss with you. And that is when she thought that she's getting a position in the union or in the unit. The man said, and then he goes ahead to ask whether it's marriage or interest more than that. And that is when she fears. I'm talking about a teenager, possibly a 20-year-old even, who believed that her merit is being seen, not realizing it could lead to a sexual assault. Does that confidence of the accused come from a certain backing? And that needs to be pinned as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. But if the man is known as a gunda, see, the second thing here is the institution laxity everywhere across our colleges, where they are not able to keep out the unwanted elements. There are people who have passed out 10 years back or 15 years back. You'll be seeing them loitering around the colleges, exerting all kinds of influence and having a pernicious kind of a hangover over all the students. And there I absolutely agree with you that this kind of institutional laxity should not be there. And it comes from that fear of the local strong cadres. And that's everywhere, whether you see in any state. This is the kind of fault lines that you see. And Kolkata is no different. Though I always thought that Kolkata was a much, much safer place for women. And these kinds of things now are absolutely unfortunate.
Or maybe it is getting reported much more than that. Sanju, I'll come back to you. I just need to get comments from other panelists as well. I'll come to you. Yogita Bhayana joins me. Yogita, data, numbers, statistics. The fact is, our girls, women are at risk. How does one stop this menace? What is it that can be done? How many cases that you've been associated with where it is definitely a certain confidence of these rapists that comes from somewhere? Is it lack of arrest or the political support?
Absolutely. Without political backing, the kind of courage, at least in this particular case, does not come without political backing. And across the party I'm talking about, this is not only West Bengal. I think when we talk about such cases, they are cropping up from everywhere. And to say that, okay, West Bengal is the only place which is unsafe will be unfair. I'm talking about Latian zone. Your studio is in Noida. And you can see in South Delhi, within like 3 kilometers of Latian zone, where all the high and mighties are staying, there was a girl who was trafficked and kept in police station at this age. And now I heard Sanju Verma talking about fast track courts across the country. They are running fine. Only West Bengal has a problem. I'm so sorry to say that we deal day to day. And the situation is so horrendous that I can't even explain you. They don't even follow SOP. Fast tracks are only on the face of it. If you tell me one case which got, I'm talking about the execution, not the announcement or pronouncement of particular judgment. It is about the execution.
What is the reason of the delay?
Which is not
what
happening.
do you hear from the survivors and victims? What is the reason that...
I personally go to the courts and I know it is about everything, even the trainings. I mean, the least they could do is, okay, they need to survive in their particular parties by throwing muck at each other and doing these political debates, which I'm okay, like, because they have to suck up to their box. I'm so sorry to use this language, but whatever. Now, what I'm just saying is that they need to have trainings in place. They need to have SOPs in place. They can least is that they can execute, they can implement the kind of, the training manuals which were there, which were kept after Nirbhaya case. The reforms which happened, they have to be implemented well. I'm talking about last month case, which I'm talking about in Latian police station, where the victim was kept overnight. I mean, if they tell me that, okay,
yes,
everything is fine in our city, I'm so sorry. They need to work a lot, and this is the least they can do.
I think the point is fair that these cases have happened. It is an institutional failure. But when the netas go ahead to make these statements, are they in many ways pinning it on a woman or a girl who's actually just recovering from a physical, psychological torture? Sanju, go ahead. You want to make a point.
Thank you. Pooja, this is a political debate. I'm sure, TMC has its own points to make, so have I. But I want to say one thing. I have not used abusive language and I will not. But for a panelist, Yogita Bhayane, to say, politicians are sucking up to their bosses, so they are saying XYZ. Let me say this is the actual data. And I challenge anyone on this panel to rebut this data. I'm quoting provisional numbers of the NCRB.
Okay.
Fast track courts have a disposal rate of 96.28% in 2024, resolving 85,595 cases out of 88,902 new cases that were instituted. So Yogita Bhayana has no clue about what she's talking. She needs to do better homework. But let me say one thing, Pooja. Now can I please finish?
Okay, Yogita, I'll come to you. Yogita. Sanju, yes.
This lady, please.
Execution, that's...
Yes, can I please finish, Pooja? Thank you.
Go ahead.
And the other point which I very quickly want to make, I have a lot of respect for Yashovardhan Azad, but it is only fair, Pooja, that you tell your audience, Yashovardhan Azad is the brother of Kirti Azad. Kirti Azad is a member of parliament from Trinamool Congress. So obviously Yashovardhan Azad has conflict of interest when he speaks on a horrifying crime that has taken place in West Bengal. No wonder, not once, despite being a former IPS officer, Yashovardhan Azad not once condemned Mamata Banerjee. And I think that is
also a meritorious senior officer. Also meritorious former senior IPS officer.
Yes. I said that, but he's the brother of Kirti Azad, so there is a conflict of interest. That's my limited point. But coming to the moot point of your question, Pooja, very quickly, I will just say this. After the Sandesh Khali gang rape happened, where hundreds of women, especially Dalit and Adivasi women, were gang raped, I remember Mahua Maitra saying, oh, you know, each of these women were paid 2,000 rupees to make fallacious statements against TMC. The same allegation was made by Sagarika Ghosh saying, अरे संदेश खाली में कभी रेप हुआ ही नहीं. Shahjahan Sheikh is being implicated by BJP's ecosystem because they will lose elections going forward. My limited point is, when you have women MPs from West Bengal,
Yes.
like Mahua Maitra or a Sagarika Ghosh,
Sanju,
actually
Yashovardhan is
victim
smiling and he
what
wants
more
to
you
interject.
expect?
Okay, I'll take that point to TMC, but I want to take that to Mr. Yashovardhan Azad. Sir, I'm sure you heard what Sanju Verma said. Is there a conflict of interest that you're not condemning Mamta Banerjee directly? And do you want to respond to that?
Yes. In fact, I was expecting Sanjeev Verma to come up with my, family history, and especially in this particular case. I have spoken many times on debates in Kolkata. And let me tell you, I have never condemned any chief minister in whose state the rape has happened, because for the simple reason, no chief minister would like a rape of this kind to happen. Secondly, I said it is the political influence which allows criminals like this to get emboldened. I also said about the influence of the local cadres. It's unfortunate that Sanju reduces every debate to such a low level and dignity that
But do you
it's
think that we
beyond
should
dignity to
name and
reply.
shame and hold these chief ministers as much accountable? Our netas
Why?
should be held
Why should you
accountable.
hold the chief minister? Is this a political debate or is this a proper debate?
But
And
they
how
are
crime
heading
should be
the
stopped?
government responsible for law and order.
I'm sorry. You allow politicians to take over a debate by talking nonsense, and you don't hear the actual practitioners like Yogita Bayana and myself. Is there a role of the chief minister in this? Can you say that chief minister abetted this crime? Is this a way to do a debate? Thanks a lot. I don't think
I
ever
truly
that a debate of this
appreciate that
kind
you've
can
been
be
there.
done.
There's a reason you're on the panel. So there's a reason that
Yes,
I
sir.
have invited you, because I want to hear
And
what, as a
see-
senior police official, you have to
No,
say. And
but
I request you to
even
stay
as a
on.
Kirti Azad's brother, you should have
Yes.
asked me what ideas I have.
Which
But
I did.
this
Which I did.
kind of a
You please, I
debate which-
request you to stay on, sir. There's a reason that you're on the panel, and it's not just netas, though I do believe our
Look
netas
at
should
this
constantly be
debate
questioned.
and the
Tausif,
level she reduces a
I'll
debate.
come back to you, sir. Okay, Sanju, no personal attacks. Okay, sir, I appreciate your response. Tausif, your question that...
Come in.
No. Sanju, others also have to answer. Tausif, you tell me here that at this juncture, because we are talking about Bengal, because it is a recent case and of this horrifying nature, what is it that can be done as a ruling party, as the one that you represent, to ensure that in the days to come, it will not be just political blame game, and that Kolkata, as it seems to represent, will have its law and order in place? And let's not say just one isolated case. There have been cases earlier as well.
Yeah, Pooja, of course. See, when you talk about justification, why I don't understand why people are saying that Tausif Rahman is justifying this rape case. Not at all. She's my sister. She's from Bengal. She's a Caucasian and she's an Indian. So we have to be very serious with that. But I don't understand why not all the chief minister of India from union territory to all these states come together under one roof and talk about it. Why don't we have a strict punishment law? Why don't we have a law? Why do we see all this Neta, Babu, MP, MLA? I'm telling you,
But we
Pooja,
do
one
have
thing
strict
for
laws.
straight. One thing
In fact,
for
I do
straight.
believe that we have strict laws, but
If-
they're not implemented.
As a spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, I am very much confident that Mamata Bandyopadhyay will be proud of me saying right now on national television, if Monojit is supported or giving any kind of support from any MP, any MLA, any councillor, they won't be spared at any cost. He is behind the bars within 12 hours and he won't be spared at any cost.
Okay.
Pooja, I repeat myself. This
That's
is not a
good
joke.
to know.
This is not some
That's reassuring.
molestation case.
My
And
concern
Pooja,
is because...
अगर आपका
Yes.
कोई हाथ भी पकड़े ना, this should be a law. अगर कोई लड़की का हाथ भी पकड़े ना, वो भी रेप केस ही होना चाहिए.
There's been a
it's
concern
without
here,
her consent.
Tausif, that there have been some earlier charges also against him, and that was not taken into consideration by the police, and that's why the complainant also said, I was scared to tell the cops because he was so powerful, this man. I did not know if the police will believe me.
This
And
is
that
India,
is why...
Pooja. This is India. When you talk about Brij Bhushan, when you talk about Prajwal, we cannot predict the future, Pooja. This is very sad. My honorable Prime Minister of India is a Gujarat right accused. We can't help it. Then वो उनको बाइज्जत बरी हुए वो भी
Okay,
गुजरात rape में
Yashovardhan
accused थे,
Azad, I
but
want
we
to bring
can't
in
help
here.
it.
I have some other questions as well before the time wraps up, and I'll come back to all my panelists here. As an officer, this is what I want to know. In this case as well, a video appears to have been recorded. There was an attempt to blackmail, threaten further, especially into silence. How does the police ensure, and we know that there have been many such videos recorded as a tactic, as a rape tactic as well, that anyone recording rape videos to even circulate, intimidated, will not be spared. They need to face the law. Because we've seen in the past few cases specifically how the accused know fairly well how to psychologically intimidate the victim and the family, whether it's political pressure, and then there are these side tactics as well. What does one do about that?
Absolutely right. I agree that the gravity of crime becomes manifold higher if they are able to trace it, and they must trace it because today electronic evidence is extremely important to be put up in the courts. But in this particular case, not only it is a gang rape, but it is also under intimidation, it's also under coercion, it's under the duress, and therefore the maximum punishment needs to be given to this particular person. And the kind of support he has got from the political party and the local cadres, that is also extremely important, and it should be a lesson to other states also that this kind of a political patronage should never be given. But it's most important now, lastly, what I want to say is that these are the kind of crimes, unless you get the maximum punishment, I would say it is a failure on the part of the state because the criminals are there, every evidence is there. Now, what you need is a proper investigation, officers. In fact, there should
What
be
about the victim saying that I was scared to tell the police because he's so politically influential? That's the nexus that I'm talking about. Even though you feel that the debate is going haywire, but that's the fact, sir. The fact that political support and believed police nexus leads victims to think there's no point going to the cops.
I agree. The last point which you're saying is that the police acting under the pressure. And police acting under pressure is the simple thing that I have been talking all the time, that unless you insulate the police investigation from political pressure, this will continue in all the states. And that is why you're seeing this nexus, which is the most dangerous part of it. Yes, and I understand this is the most important part of the debate, police buckling under the pressure of the politicians.
Yogita, how does one stop it? How do we reach a moment where we don't have to discuss rape and sexual assault cases?
Till the time people like Sanju Verma doesn't have a beautiful paper which give justice to everyone on the paper.
Sanju, I'll come to you. Sanju, I'll come to you. You will get all. I know there are personal comments made against you. I know that, and I'll give you a chance to rebut that.
She has shown you some numbers on the paper which looks very fine. Let her step out and go to one court, at least one POCSO court, and she will know the reality what I'm talking about, the implementation, execution. Number two, I want to ask Sanju Verma on your TV channel, does her party have POSH committee? Does she have POSH committee in her party? Ask her. Prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. This is an act if she doesn't know. Do you have it in your party? I want to start with your party. Let me ask you.
You're saying implementation
You have?
is the issue. Okay, Sanju.
Yes or no? No,
Okay, Sanju, multiple charges against you. Go ahead. Now Sanju gets the time. No,
do
okay,
you
Sanju,
have
over to
POSH
you.
committee in your party?
Okay.
Pooja,
Sanju
you
Verma,
have
go ahead.
POSH
Go
committee?
ahead. Let her answer.
I need
Let her
my
answer.
long screen time, Pooja. Thank you. Pooja, I need my long screen time because when others were talking, they were alone on your screen and I had no way to rebut them.
You're on the screen.
I
You're
refuse
on
to
the screen.
speak if I'm not given more screen time
Rebut
because I
us,
think that's
but
a
protect
fair
the girls.
expectation.
Rebut,
Sanju,
no problem.
Okay, Sanju,
Protect the girls, but.
Can I please, Pooja?
You have
Okay.
POSH committee or not? Yes or no?
You know,
Yes
Pooja,
or no?
I did not heckle anybody when they were talking.
Okay.
You
You
have
asked,
to give
you
me
asked.
long screen
Yogita?
time. This
Okay.
is unfair to the BJP.
Okay,
Can
go
you
ahead.
be fair
BJP
to the
answers.
BJP?
BJP answers.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Pooja, first and foremost, Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, if you notice, I did not use a single abusive word against him. I just said he is the brother of Kirti Azad. There is a conflict of interest. That disclosure should be made public so that your audience does not get misled. Now, what does Mr. Yashovardhan Azad do? He says Sanju Verma reduces every debate to low levels. Why? Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, are you not the brother of Kirti Azad? Did you condemn Mamata Banerjee by naming and shaming her? No. Have you used the word TMC even once during your entire diatribe condemning TMC? No. And you have the audacity to lecture Sanju Verma and make personal remarks at me. I am ashamed that you were a former IPS officer. And Pooja, my final point is this. to Yogita Bhayana.
Yes.
When Deepak Meena in Rajasthan was convicted of rape, Yogita Bhayana was quiet. When Rohit Joshi of Congress Party, son of Mahesh Joshi, was
protesting.
accused of rape, Yogita
was
Bhayana
protesting
was
there.
quiet.
I was
When
protesting.
Babulal Nagar of the
No,
Congress
I was
Party
never quiet.
was
Go to
accused
my
of
profile.
rape,
Okay.
Yogita Bhayana
She's saying
was
she
quiet.
protested. She's saying she
I've never seen
protested.
Yogita Bhayana speak about
have
Sukanya
posh
Devi
committee
even
or
once.
not?
So Yashovardhan Azad
Do you
has no
have
business
posh
lecturing
committee?
me, and
Do you
Yogita
have posh
Bhayana has
committee in
no
your
business
political
lecturing me.
party?
All right.
Really?
With
you
this
have
heated
posh committee
debate,
in
I
your party or
understand.
not?
Mr.
Yes or no?
Yashovardhan
Do you
Azad
have
should be
answer?
ashamed.
Do you have
Being
any
a
answer?
former IPS officer,
You should
he
be
does not
ashamed.
have any
Sanju, as a
empathy.
ruling
ashamed.
party of the country, let's keep the states aside.
why
I'll
is
be the
Mr.
devil's advocate.
Yashovardhan Azad
Is the
laughing
BJP
on a
strong
serious
against,
topic?
especially
Mr.
when
Azad,
it
why are you
comes to
smiling
assault
here
charges
discussing
within?
rape? Why is Mr. Azad laughing when we are
She
discussing a
will
serious
never.
issue like rape?
She will never
You
say
have such
she
kind
doesn't
of
have a
former
posh
IPS
in
officers
her
on your
party.
All
panel?
right.
She doesn't have a posh
At a point
committee.
like this,
Simple.
at a point like this, let's remember,
Yogita
ladies and
Ashamed of
gentlemen,
you.
We know you are
we are
Congress
talking
stooge.
about serious sexual assault cases. We are talking about the lack of fear, lack of implementation. It is eventually the politicians you see on your screen, the ones in the police force and the activists who will have to come together to ensure no girl should live in the fear of being sexually tortured. No parent should live in the fear that their child will call them up to say, I've been assaulted, come pick me up. On that note, I want to thank our panelists, and let's hope that the family here in this case and all other cases get justice, and not just about justice, but justice in time. Thank you for watching.